Demolition?
Yeah.
In case anybody's questioning why we're cutting all these out, yeah, that's why. We are back out here on another gloomy, cold, barely above freezing day with some snow flurries fluttering around. Beautiful day to be working inside, sure. So last time we were out here, you saw us dismantling, destroying, cutting up the remaining floor up here on the front part. Today we are getting started on the rear portion. So Dave's already up there cutting up the floor pieces, chunking them down. You can see the start of the mess here. Unfortunately, we still don't have a dumpster here, so we have to work around our mess, which is not ideal at all, but we should be able to get it soon. So let's hop in and get at it. This is coming apart back here just like the front, although there's an additional layer of, is this Luan on it? So some sort of underlayment. Tile's already off, thankfully. Just gotta make sure not to paint yourself into a corner, although there is a door, but first step's a doozy. So once all the floor planks are off, can tackle the joists, and we'll check them out, see if any are good, but they're not looking promising. And I realized I had a missed opportunity when we were cutting up the floor joists up there. Should have had a camera up here. Oh well. Well, I may have already gotten some of the answer here. This middle part is rotten. I can actually push my finger into it, and on a 2x10, that's pretty substantial. So it looks like maybe the bridging was holding water, because it's just right in the middle there and where the nails were from the diagonal bridging. So always interesting. Well, things are coming apart pretty quick on the back so far, which is good. Or, well, maybe it's not actually good because that's how rotten it is, but the quicker that's done, the quicker we can get the joists out of there. If you didn't see our previous videos, you may be catching these joists hanging out up here on the front still and wondering how the heck they're staying in place. So it's actually pretty simple. The wall ties that go outside are into these doubles. So until we take those off, these will stay in place. And of course, hard to get to them while we got the mess. I finally opened up the trapdoor up front after all these months, and I attempted to walk down, and if we can get this right and focused enough, you can kind of see that it's pretty steep, not a ton of head clearance. Ooh, it's a little loose right there. And I got down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps and heard a little crack and creak. Took another step and stepped right through. And unfortunately I was not recording at the time because I thought I'd make a trial run first, and it turns out I'm only going to make a trial run because I weigh 220 pounds and I think those steps can hold about 20 pounds. So not great. So unfortunately, as fun as a trapdoor and steep steps are, these do need to come out so that we can build the landing for the new steps right there that will go up to the second floor at a much better rise and run. That works. As you can see, I got a little impatient and went ahead and just cut these headers out. The only thing we'll have to do when we get better conditions down below is cut the nails that hold those wall ties in place on each of those doubles, and then we can finish the removal process. Meanwhile, up here there's like 4 layers to pull apart, so slow it down as it gets further back, and looks like we got more gas pipe to cut as well. Got a little drink holder and a straw left behind. I guess that's a drink holder.
I think it's a match holder.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be a drink holder. It's only half. I'm not an expert on
It had gas
lots
pipes,
of things.
I had a...
Yeah. Cardinals fans. And I guess some of this, well, I guess for that to be active, probably the whole gas system in here was still connected at some point to get gas up to the stove up here. All these pipes interconnect. Slid the pipe down, took a circuitous route. Should have recorded that and managed to get itself stuck. I don't know if I can unstuck it. There we go. I've seen plenty of rotten wood over the years, but not sure I've ever seen lath return to just fibers like this. No wonder the plaster just fell off. It's a little more solid down here. So, when this goes back together, the historic details need to stay intact, although this opening will open back up to its original size, but we are going to have to rebuild at least a chunk of this entry frame. We are finally back out here. Between snow and cold, working at other projects, all the finish work at the cottage, the back porch over at the other project. Getting other stuff done is good, but this also needs to get done. So we're going to clear out the debris. We have a dumpster out back, as you can see right here. 30 yard should be good, hopefully. Got a little debris from the porch project in there. Dispose of your waste properly, please. So after we get everything clear, we can cut the rest out. Let's get at it. We've been at it for a little while and making some pretty quick progress here. The unfortunate part of demolition is it's a ton of fun tearing it all apart, but you do have to pick it up eventually, and a lot of it's really just by hand and shovel for this type of demolition, but almost got the back all cleaned up already. And of course we're gonna make a mess above it, but this is all coming together, or well, coming apart, or whatever. So it is nice that we have the dumpster just right out back, and it's filling up. It's not quite half, but it's getting there. Getting down to the last little bit here. I've always wanted to have one of those super sucker vac trucks come in when we got a big demolition pile and just suck everything up. That seems like it would be so much easier. Maybe someday. Shrinking more and more, thankfully. So besides a giant super sucker, I've always wanted a big conveyor belt that we could just load up to get everything out. And that seems maybe a little more practical, but still hasn't happened, unfortunately. All nicely cleaned up. But we're at the end of the day. So next big task, making a mess again. So that'll be next time, though. It's Friday afternoon. Time to get out of here. This stair that I previously stepped through, sort of stair to the basement, is going to probably get hit a couple times with a sledgehammer and fall down. So we'll see how that goes. But we got our breakfast eaten, coffee drank. I don't actually drink coffee, so that's a lie. And we're ready to go. Take too much. Ow. There we go. That stair came out about as easy as expected. So now that that's out of the way, the rest of these joists need to get out of the way, which I think should be as simple as cutting them. Honestly, I may even just pull out of the wall. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. Also, safety first.
Send that battery. Might as well throw it away. It doesn't have a charger on it anymore, right?
Is that how it works?
Yep. Buy a new one. Safety first.
Yeah, that was in really good condition.
Yeah.
In case anybody's questioning why we're cutting all these out, yeah, that's why. Well, as you just saw, there really wasn't a whole lot to that. Just a pile of rubble now to carry out. So this spot is particularly important because it's going to hold the new stairs going up to the new second floor. So definitely want that good and strong for that. We are going to have to figure out exactly what's needed for this front entry area. This double joist here isn't looking so good, but how does it hold that stuff up? It's going to take a little bit of closer inspection. And then we noticed that, unfortunately, this front span of the beam has revealed itself to be not so great the more we've worked around it and jostled it and moved it around. So, unfortunately, I think we're replacing a chunk of that. Not a big deal. Hold on. And we're back. So it's not a big deal. We'll just have to support the joists over there while we do it. But 2x4s will take care of that. No trouble at all. So one other thing before I clean up this mess. I had a comment recently on a video that we were moving at a DIYer's pace. Number one, I'm not entirely sure what that means because I'm sure DIYers move at all sorts of different paces, and so do professionals. I don't know what it matters as long as you're getting the work done safely. That's the real key. Move as fast or as slow as safety allows. And demolition is inherently dangerous, so take your time. But also, I have no idea how you can get an idea of what pace we're moving at because we're just showing you clips. We could be moving turtle slow or rabbit fast, and you wouldn't really know the difference. Honestly, we're somewhere between. Like I said, safety. That's what really matters. Okay, well, that didn't go quite like I expected, but worked. So, here's the question. There is a tile above this, so there's probably a mud bed. Do we pull that down? Or we support it somehow? We'll figure it out. So we look forward to you guys joining us for next time when we do cut that up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for rebuilding with us. If you haven't already done so, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. Definitely helps us out. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.